Okay. I decided to crawl out from the rock which I was hiding under or sleeping under. I'm hoping this will be the final Halloween video for a while, until more news really comes out about Halloween. But before doing comments, saying Dylan, Halloween is over, Michael Myers died, there's not going to be another film. Maybe, I don't know, you could be right. I mean, there's two types of people I think when you watch Halloween. There's the type of person who says no, this isn't over, definitely not over, it's gonna come out, it's gonna be another Halloween film, like 2 years or something like that. And then there's those people who have no idea and don't really care. There's like, okay, that was a decent movie, let's go home and do whatever. There's probably a lot of people who really don't care about another Halloween film. But I'm gonna run over some things and talk about why I think Halloween definitely will happen. Well, at least the next Halloween will definitely happen. Now, the reason I made this video is because something came up on Blumhouse, on bloodydisgusting.com, and it was about Laurie Strode. You might have seen it already, and I spoke about it before. I mentioned how I could have sworn there was a screening of Halloween, and the crowd saw Laurie Strode die, and they all of a sudden went to reshoot the ending. Now I can't actually confirm that, but I do remember seeing it somewhere, and from what I've heard recently, I do feel like that's actually kind of true. So an article from Polygon says this: so did Michael Myers die in Halloween? By design, the ending wasn't exactly Halloween H2O head slicing. As Laurie's bunker burns, the family flees, hitchhiking their way to safety, but Green's camera creeps back into the home, checking in once more with what we assume is Michael's paralysed body, but we don't see it. Or do we? Is the camera just a little bit too high to notice him? Did he survive? It's not a aha sequel setup moment that many horror franchise installments would serve up, nor is it a definitive conclusion to Michael's killing spree either. In that shot you're referring to, Green explains, if you could linger in for another 3 seconds, you see him, or you don't see him. You are more confident in what you've seen. I'll say it's a 2-second shot, which isn't really enough for you to be confident in what you saw. Worth noting, throughout the explanation, Green cackles with laughter. For the director, the ambiguity of that final moment and the potential for more Michael is also a part of the spirit of the franchise. That to me is the fun. When you see the original film, you hear him breathing and you know that he's alive. Here, when you see the burning house, you actually hear Allison breathing from the truck she's flagged off a truck driver. It turns and then we go into the answer that the house is burning. But we are hearing her breath over it, which depending on what theatre you're in is super subtle. Green says that in various screenings he's attended, that specific shot makes everyone insecure. Part of it is the playfulness, he says. Maybe it's done. Maybe this is the last story. Or maybe it's not. Halloween is definitely not the last Michael Myers as far as producer Jamie Lee Curtis. As far as producer Jason Blum is concerned. After luring David Gordon Green, securing Jamie Lee Curtis, and a roundabout process involving Curtis's godson, Jake Gyllenhaal, who starred in Green's Stronger, connecting the actress and director, and shepherding the film with the original director John Carpenter, the producer isn't ready to let his re-energized franchise go. I hope it's the beginning of multiple Blumhouse Halloweens, Blum tells Polygon. So, there really is a lot for us to take in here. Not only is David Gordon Green interested, but so is Jamie Lee Curtis, and Jason Blum even wants to make multiple Halloween films. But sure, they can't all involve Michael Myers, or can they? Now, at the start of the video I did mention how Bloody Disgusting, they made an article about Jamie Lee Curtis and the whole other ending, so I'll read that one out for you too. In the May 2017 draft, Laurie, Jamie, name later changed to Karen, and Allison still end up in Laurie's house, only this time the action takes place upstairs. Michael is getting hit with a handful of bullets but continues to get back up, echoing the original planned opening. Laurie runs out of shotgun shells as she attempts to unload one final blow into the shape. After a few clicks, she flees down the hall, abandoning Jamie and Allison, who are both hiding under the bed. The film was originally going to end Laurie's story as we were originally promised and introduce her daughter and granddaughter into the mythology for more films. The script doesn't really promise a sequel, but it does end through Michael's perspective, with a heavy breathing getting louder and louder. Interestingly, this all goes against the filmmaker's continual narrative that Michael is just killing for random. Green has said on record that he removed the family dynamic in order to make it scary again, only to reintroduce a similar mythology with the Strode family. While Laurie may not be Michael's sister, the shape is now the Strodes family cross to bear. New film, same franchise problem. In fact, the filmmakers toyed with the idea of nearly killing Laurie Strode in the early incarnation of the edit. You can even see footage from this big confrontation in trailers in which Laurie and Michael come face to face. In that scene, we are told Laurie goes to stab Michael and ends up having the knife turned into her own stomach. She allegedly didn't die in the early edits, and there were even more rumours of the film taking place at a hospital, which would have been yet another callback to Halloween 2. So, there's so much to take in here. We find out that Jamie was actually the name of Karen in the original script, which is pretty cool. I think the idea of changing the name from Jamie to Karen was sort of a good idea, as if you had Jamie Strode rather than Jamie Lloyd, a lot of fans would be mad, especially since there was an actress who played Jamie Lloyd who wasn't involved in the new film. A lot of people probably wouldn't have liked the idea of sticking with the name Jamie and, you know, not having the characters be connected in any way. As for the fact that, you know, that she died in the early part of the film, yeah, that makes a lot of sense actually, if they want to, you know, not really get rid of Jamie Lee Curtis, but kind of get her character out of the picture so they have something to build on with the next coming, you know, few movies or whatever that is. It does make a lot of sense, and like I said, for Blumhouse not to make another Halloween film, that makes no sense to me, as from what I can tell, the film made over 200 million, and it's continuing to make more money too as we speak. And not even just that though, like Jamie Lee Curtis said if David Gordon Green was willing to come back and direct another Halloween film, that she would also play a part in it. Now we have Jason Blum saying he hopes they continue on and make multiple Halloween films, and we even have David Gordon Green say that he would be willing to come back and direct one more film. So with that being said, is Halloween 2018 the end that we thought it was going to be? The one thing I remember seeing when I looked up synopsis for the film was the final confrontation. The final confrontation between Laurie and Michael. I assumed if Laurie died, the Halloween franchise would continue on without her, and I assumed if Michael died, the Halloween franchise would not continue on at all. But Michael did die, and it still looks like, well, at least we think he died, and it still looks like we have another Halloween film coming in the next coming years. Now, no way to predict how long it could take. From what I heard online before, it took 5 years for the Halloween film to be made, so we could be waiting a long time if, you know, we're ever going to get another one. But in the meantime, we can expect movies like Friday the 13th, maybe A Nightmare on Elm Street, maybe even Scream, as it looks like things are kind of going ahead with that. I read a pretty interesting article on bloodydisgusting.com about the fate of those kind of villains. So with that being said, I'm going to end the video off here. It's coming into the Christmas season very soon, so expect some like Christmas horror movie videos. Yeah, exciting. My name is Dylan. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please tell me your thoughts down in the comments below, as I love having conversations about these types of things. I know I'm not the only one here who thinks Halloween is going to come back. I can't be. There's so many people I'm sure who think the same way, as there's so many questions, you know, at the end of the film. We didn't see Michael die, and would it really make a lot of sense for Michael to die and then they don't show Michael dying? Like, would they start off another film showing Michael dead, but then, you know, change it into Halloween 3 with like a whole different type of premise? There's no Michael Myers, there's just some other sort of killer. I don't think they do that. So chances are Michael Myers is not dead, and we'll probably see him in the next couple of years. So anyway, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Have a nice day, everybody.